New extreme challenge in GTA 5. Today we will test which car can drive through huge pits. And each time they get bigger and bigger, up to the largest pit in the world. Watch until the end and give it a like. Hello guys, as always, it's me, your favorite penguin Koki. Welcome to an exciting and intriguing new experiment, where we will thoroughly test and determine which car can successfully drive through the largest and most challenging pit. And also today we have a very unusual collection of cars prepared. Starting from bikes, bot cars, fast supercars, off-road vehicles, jet cars, to a real helicopter Lambo. So make sure to watch the video until the very end, because I absolutely can't wait to test this car. It looks very unusual, and most importantly, to really check which cars today can drive through the largest pit in the world. So definitely give a like, subscribe, and of course, write in the comments which of today's cars you think will make it to the finish line. Because today we have some really unusual cars. These are bot cars, supercars, Lamborghinis, Ferraris, Mustangs, jet cars. Write in the comments which car you think will reach the finish line today. Something tells me it will be the Lambo. And for example, the jet Batmobile. And this unusual car that actually looks like some kind of spaceship. Or maybe even bikes. Who knows? So I'll write in the comments what you think. And of course, don't forget to give a like. Because today we're trying to overcome all the bumps with all the cars. This, of course, will be very difficult, but nothing ventured. Nothing gained. Oops. Perfect. By the way, this is the first car. It's some kind of supercar. Honestly, I don't know. There's some kind of diamond drawn on it. But it looked really cool. And it goes through. No way. Look at that. The second bump is at least 3 times bigger, 3 times longer than my car. And we're getting through. Seriously. This is, of course, very impressive. I didn't expect that with the first car, a toy car, we could get this far. Well, yes, that's all for now. Wow. We even broke GTA. What? How is that possible? Well, okay, 3 bumps, but we made it through. Alright, we're moving on. And next in line is the Shotaro. This is a futuristic bike, but not a very ordinary one. It actually has 3 wheels. Have you ever seen a bike with 3 wheels? Seriously? Well, okay, the most important thing is that bikes can glide, and most importantly, we can lift the front wheel. Just like that, hop, and simply jump over our pit. Just like that, hop, and easily jumped over. This is a cheat-like superpower. I really like it. Hop, just jumped over, super easy. By the way, that was the 4th pit, and now the 5th. We speed up, and whoa! We overcame it. There, only 2 left. Can you imagine the 2 biggest pits? And we will have the opportunity to overcome them completely. With ease. I didn't even press the gas to the maximum, just so you know. It was totally easy. And most importantly, there's only 1 last pit left. And if you believe that this bike can handle it, you definitely owe a like. Because right now we're going for maximum speed. And 1, and 2, and 3. And let's go. Okay, we're taking maximum acceleration. At the end, we lift the wheel. And I hope we reach 600 kilometers per hour accelerating. And yes, we did it. Even without gliding. I wanted to glide, nice. But even without gliding, our bike managed. And in doing so, we take it like this. Look, 1, 2, 3, lift the wheel and fly straight to the finish. Haha. That was really, really fast. We literally managed it in a second, and this is the first winner. I really didn't expect that the second car today would make it to the finish. Alright, we move on. And the next cars look like SUVs. These are Ladas. Let's see what they're capable of. It doesn't look like a Lamborghini, although by color, it's like a Lambo. Look, if you look at it like this, it seems real. By color, it's a Lambo, but by appearance, it's a Lada. Well, it really looks very similar, actually. Alright, the most important thing is how good these cars are. Because honestly, well, I think there are at most 150 horsepower here. Or even less. So, that means only one thing, that the cars aren't particularly fast, and most importantly, they're heavy because they're such family cars. Real family cars. They are perfectly suitable. But as for overcoming potholes, I would certainly argue. Although, this is already the 5th one, seriously. That was unusual. It was really very, very unusual that such a car could overcome 5 potholes. But, will it handle the 6th one? We'll find out right now. We accelerate and... Come on. Close, very close. No, wait. We were literally 5 meters short, and we just fall down. Yes, Yeshkin Matreshkin, well, only 5 potholes, although that's also a very good result, and this car is already more or less off-road, but that's okay too. Let's see if it helps us or not. I suggest we quickly test this car and then move on to the real supercars, which have a 99% chance of making it to the finish line. Although, this car shouldn't be underestimated either. Because it seems, yes, it's so unremarkable, but it's a real Ferrari. Just like that. Are you learning or what? Wait. It's completely uncontrollable. Easy, 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 easy. At high speeds, it becomes very, very difficult to control. But, still. Nevertheless, we're accelerating to 300 kilometers per hour. Seriously, I suggest not stopping and immediately hit the gas. Press the lanes. And immediately head to the very last pit at 310, 20, 30, 306, 370 kilometers per hour. Is this some kind of joke? Is this some kind of... Seriously? Oh! Honestly, I don't even have words right now. I didn't even try hard. Honestly, I didn't even try hard. 370 km/h is enough to overcome the biggest pothole. What kind of cheat car is this? What kind of cheat Ferrari is this? That was very unusual. Well, okay, we're moving on to test the next cars. And by the way, this is already a real supercar. And let's start with the BMW. The i8 is an S electric car, and it should be very fast. Well, at least electric cars accelerate much faster than regular ones because the electric motor is more powerful. And by the way, very fast. Come on, come on! The most important thing is that we both fly through like this. Showing a trick. How perfect! It's a 3-point shot. Into the pit. I didn't plan it this way, but it seems that's it. Our authority is over. Alright, okay, I'm not upset because next in line is this off-road Lambo. If anyone knows the name, write it in the comments because honestly, it looks like a regular Lambo, but with some off-road tuning, and it looks, well, really cool, truly. I think it costs even more than a regular Lambo because it's specially made for off-roading. I wonder if anyone actually drives it. Through forests in such a Lambo, across fields, for example. That would be very funny. It would be very interesting to see, at least, because I've seen Lambos racing on the track, driving around the streets, but as for driving across fields in a Lambo, honestly, I've never seen that. But maybe someone actually does it when they create these off-road Lambos. Suspension! Look at that! Wow! This is really very cool. We definitely need to test this car on some kind of off-road test later, but for now we're flying over potholes. And by the way, we're handling it quite well. 250 kilometers per hour. Let's hit 300. 330? Seriously. So, the previous one was going much faster. And what kind of joke is this? I mean, if you have a choice between buying a Lada, not this one. And such a lamp and road, you know what to choose. That's funny. By the way, it's a Ferrari. This is really a very, very cool car. And I hope we can make it to the finish line because it looks, well, unreal, cool. And it shines like this. Damn, a very cool car. And most importantly, a Ferrari convertible. Whoa, whoa. It also drifts. I think we can count that we flew through. What model of Ferrari is this? Because honestly, I can't hear the sound of the engine. And wait, where are the wheels? Why are they so thin? What? Wow, this is really something very unusual. A Ferrari project because it's very fast. First of all, I can't hear the engine sound. Secondly, we almost don't have any tires, meaning we're almost driving on rims. And thirdly, we're just going to take on the biggest pothole on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. That's it. Bye-bye. That was easy. By the way, I must point out, we already have 2 Ferraris at the finish today. One is original and the other is some kind of fake. But they look very similar. And these 2 Ferraris have passed our test today. Unbelievable. Alright. I suggest we talk less and immediately move on to the next car. What kind of spaceship is this? Just take a look. Do we have a turbo booster or what? Or how does this even work? Or is it a helicopter? What is this thing anyway? Alright, okay, I suggest we immediately go for maximum speed art and just fly over 2 potholes at once. Seriously? Why is this car so unbelievably, incredibly fast? Absolutely amazing. This is really insane, guys. Look, come on. First-person view. I want to fly over that pothole. First-person view. It really looks like a spaceship. Some kind of... Alright, okay, that's it. Brakes, full brake. Let's go. Maximum acceleration. And let's try to overcome the biggest pothole on this mini spaceship, on a mini plane, I would even say, on the count of 3. And right now, go down to the comments and write how you think will we manage or not. 1, 2, 3, maximum acceleration. Come on, come on, come on. Everything should work out. 1, 2, 500 kilometers per hour. 3, we're flying. Come on, come on, come on, come on. We're flying. Or not, no. No, wait, no, impossible, no.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine.
I'm disappointed.
You're not really fine.
I am disappointed. What? It's slowing down. We're just driving along the wall. I'm really braking. Really, it doesn't go up, it lacks power, but I'm really driving on the wall. Can you turn left, then go right there? Look. It's really slowing down. Oh, that's it. I'm losing balance. Ha ha ha. Well, I can really survive like this calmly until I sink. Well, it's really cool, but I'm disappointed that this car didn't make it to the finish. It looks very cool, like some kind of spaceship from the future. But, unfortunately, not today. And we just take and fall into the water. Wow. Look at these two cars. They are almost identical. On the right is a Ford Mustang, and on the left is a Nissan GTR. They look very similar. And the most interesting thing is to test these two cars. Because the Nissan GTR, as we know, is very cool to tune. And the Ford Mustang IT is from the future, maybe the year 2524. So, I suggest taking maximum acceleration and... Wow! The Ford Mustang is really on fire! This is... Whoa, 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 whoa! It really skids, right? The most important thing, don't forget, it has rear-wheel drive. And if you're on rear-wheel drive, accelerating very quickly, you can very easily skid. So always be careful. And I will try to be there too. Careful. And if we actually manage to reach the finish line, it will be really cool. Although, the top speed is 330 kilometers per hour. It even reached 340. Please say that it will be enough. Come on, come on, come on. Well, no. Darn. We were just short. Literally 20 kilometers per hour. But maybe the Nissan GTR can handle this challenge. And here is the guest of the program, SMS6. The guest of the program is the Lambo helicopter, which we will definitely test at the very end. So watch the video until the end. And now it's the Nissan GTR, which should also be very fast. But... What on earth? What genius came up with this? Oh, that's me, right? Alright then. Okay, let's accelerate. And I already feel, guys, I feel that this car is going to, reach the finish line today. Look here. Probably... Almost absolutely certain. Probability. We take max acceleration 400, at least 400 km per hour. This car can go. I won't even brake. Now I'm taking maximum acceleration and we are just flying through on this Nissan GTR super easy. There are 1000 HP at least. 500 kilometers per hour. Guys, as I said, just on the count of 1, 2, we overcome this challenge, and even the biggest pit with such a car seems very small. Well, we are already at the finish line, and by the way, this is the 4th car. It's a pity it's not a Ferrari, of course, but nevertheless, it's a Nissan GTR. And congratulations to the dreams wrote in the comments. We are heading out for the next car. Well, in the meantime, we have only 5 cars, and I suggest we start with ourselves. One of the coolest, because it's a Lambo, is a Lamborghini Urus, but not an ordinary one. But a Lamborghini Urus with 6 wheels. Can you imagine 6 wheels on this Lambo? What kind of madness is this? Alright, okay. I suggest we don't waste time. Accelerate to the max and it will reach the finish line. I already feel that there's a 99% chance it will reach the finish line. It might even go beyond the finish line. Wow, it can even jump. Seriously? That's cool. I'm already liking this. This is the most overpowered car we've had today. It's very fast, plus it has 6 wheels, and it can also jump. 1, 2, 3, Lambo, fly. That's it. I didn't even need the jump. That was really easy. By the way, this is the first Lambo to reach the finish line today, but I really hope it's not the last, so we'll leave it here and move on immediately. Wow! Is that a Merc? Honestly... I've never seen a Merc like this before. It looks really cool. And it even says Monster on it. this can only mean one thing. That this monster might reach the finish line today. Or maybe... And no, because the car looks very tuned, very fast, and by the way, it's 6-wheeled. But it also feels very heavy. It's very heavy, yes, because of its pickup style trunk. It's a very, very heavy car. Wow. Well, yes, just as expected. Maybe we'll get through the 6th pit. But beyond that, I think we'll have nothing but problems. Because this is... I didn't even understand what I said myself. Okay. There's just one last pit left and a maximum speed of 350 km/h. But I think even that won't be enough for us. It's not enough because the car is very heavy, and that's how it is. Unfortunately, this Merc doesn't make it and only flies through 6 pits. Oh, it was very close. Well, this is a very interesting competition because we have 2 jet cars and 1 flying car left. Well, I think one of them will definitely make it. I would like all 3 to reach the finish line because these cars are jet powered. Maybe they're not as fast as our Lambos or Ferraris, right? But the turbo booster can give us maximum boost in a second. Look, for example, I'm braking. Our speed is 0 kilometers. 1, 2, 3. Whoa! Already 200. Did you see that literally in 2 seconds? Have you ever seen any car that accelerates to 200 km/h in 2 seconds? No? I don't think so. That's why we accelerate to 400. And I think we can even fly without the booster easily. Seriously. Yes, we're flying. And then we turn on the booster and easily overcome this challenge. Easy! Easy! Okay. By the way, it also jumped. That's an addition. I like it even more. So, we carefully take it. Jump over all the cars and head straight to the finish. 6 cars! Wow, I really didn't expect we had so many today. But there's still one dark horse left in our collection. This is the real Batmobile of Batman. This is really, really cool. And most importantly, guys, it also has a turbo booster. And even these kinds of miniguns. Wow. Now this is interesting. Wait. Could it be that because this Batmobile has a very low suspension, we'll have trouble passing through? Oh, no, we won't. It just seemed like it. Oops, we do a flip like this and pass through perfectly. We accelerate to the max and... Woohoo! Perfect. Okay, there are only 2 pits left. And I think today all the remaining cars will reach the finish line because this is the Batmobile. When has the Batmobile not flown through? Tell me. I think always. Or rather never. Or rather, well, you get it. Always flew through. We take maximum speed 400 kilometers per hour. And acceleration. Woohoo! And we calmly fly through. Or we don't make it. Stop. Stop. Yeah. Wow. Alright. Maybe acceleration? Will it work? Let's go! Batmobile. Well, apparently we didn't go. Unfortunately, Batman won't indeed make it to the finish today. So we're moving on to the last car. Well, here comes the guest of the program. A real Lambo helicopter. Heli-Lambo. Or what's it called? What's the correct term? Write in the comments Lambocopter or come up with a real name for this. Car, but it really looks quite ordinary. What? Really? It actually flies like a real helicopter. Look at that. Wow. What genius came up with this car? This is really... We just overcame everything with ease. Look, I can... Oh, I'm showing a trick. Look, I'm showing a trick. Just don't try this in real life. It's very dangerous. Look, here we have the next pit. The 5th one, by the way. We carefully brake. Just like that. Oops. Flying down quietly, parking, and diving right under the water. The most important thing is that the engine doesn't stall quietly. 1, 2, 3, no, quietly. Now we take off and just fly out. Ha ha ha! This is really very cool. And most importantly, this flying Lambolot can easily overcome all the potholes in no time. Well, the only issue is if we run out of fuel, then there will be problems, of course, but otherwise we overcome everything with ease in no time. So, if you wrote down these 7 cars that made it to the finish, you'll definitely get a heart from me. In the comments, also don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you like such cool challenges, experiments in GTA 5 with potholes and various waves. I have a lot of those with speed bumps. And of course, don't forget about the bell so you don't miss such videos and can watch them the very first. Well, as always, it was your favorite penguin Toplex, and we'll see each other again. Bye-bye!